Deep inside the heart of South Carolina resides a murky, wet wonder, full of wildlife and designated both a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve and, as of 2003, a national park known as Congaree. Located right in the middle of South Carolina, outside of the city of Columbia, resides Congaree National Park in the southern part of Richland County.
So we are in Congaree National Park in South Carolina. It is a beautiful day out right now. It's probably like 80 degrees and in the shade, so it feels great. A really good day for something end of June. It's beautiful. We can explore Congaree in a few different ways. We can either go walk the trails or we can do the kayak route. So right now we're doing the backcountry kayak route and going a few miles in and checking out what we can see.
We launched our kayaks from the northern area launch point, known as Cedar Creek, and went southeast several miles before trekking back. The water is murky but calm, and the isolation amplifies the natural sights and sounds as you drift down the river. One of the most unique sights of the park are its riverside bald cypress trees, which are unique because their roots are upside down, which give them the ability to grow in soft mud and water and act as a natural filtration system for the river. It is because of this park's trees, the largest preserve of old-growth bottomland forests in the U.S., that pushed this park to become a national park in 2003. And the lush canopy these trees form create a perfect spot for birds.
About 15 owls making weird noises in the trees.
The owls can be heard screeching and flying as we go downriver, pausing to scour the landscape, like this great horned owl we saw along the creek. The anhinga, also known as a darter bird, can be seen and heard in the canopy and on the shore looking to dive and get a fish. And these things are big.
Bigger than I am. Just the beak. The beak was bigger than me. It had a wingspan longer than my wingspan.
Okay, we've been kayaking through the swamps for about 2.5 hours. We just stopped to go see the wilderness even more closely.
Signs of wildlife that make its home in the mud are everywhere. Even plants like this orange trumpet vine grow straight out of the mud all along the creek shore.
I have no clue where we are right now, but there's a lot of weird animals out here.
I'm a little stressed out. My pulse is slightly elevated. I'm breathing hard. Spiders, 2 in my canoe.
I will say, if you hate spiders, this place might not be the best spot for you. Spiders like the fishing spider, which go after small bugs and fish in water, are jarring to see, and you get real close. And hanging from many branches is the golden silk orb weaver, with their log abdomens and yellow gold color that can scare the crap out of any spider hater. And those are just the spiders we're talking about. Congaree National Park is in a swamp, so it is filled to the brim with creepy crawlers everywhere you look. Okay, done talking about bugs now, but I am about to start talking about snakes.
Huge snakes.
It was about this big round. The little snakes aren't too bad. They're just kind of swimming around in the water.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Snakes are all over Cedar Creek and Congaree, and we never had them leave our sight as we kayak down the river. Big and small, they will be encountered as you kayak, and you'll find them on land and swimming beside you. Some of these snakes are venomous, like the water moccasin, but keeping your distance and using common sense should be enough to keep them from bothering you.
If you like snakes, this is a place for you. If you don't, this is probably not going to be your favorite park. We saw a very rare thing here, an alligator. They aren't very common in this park, but we did see a baby alligator off in the distance who just kind of went into the water and just hanging out on the sides. Really neat to see.
Alligators are pretty rare in Congaree, despite it seemingly a perfect spot. This is because the creek is a floodplain and too unpredictable for alligators to breed in the area. That didn't stop us from seeing a juvenile in the creek, however. This is just the tip of Congaree National Park. A park both wild and serene.
That would have been on camera too.
Did you see that?
She almost fell.
Did you get
She almost tipped out of it.
Did you get a video?
Stepping into the park is like stepping back in time, and unfortunately, due to deforestation, this is one of the last places quite like this in the country. And with continued support and preservation, here's hoping Congaree will give memories for generations to come. Thank you for watching. I have a ton more travel videos, including to all 8 Alaska national parks and south to Antarctica. So if you like this, give it a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Thanks.